What's up, y'all? This episode of Sports Spectrum's What's Up podcast is brought to you by Jesus One Apparel. In sports, we train for victory, we push through adversity, we fight through pain to win. But here's the most important truth. The greatest victory has already been won. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." That's the verse that inspired Jesus One Apparel. This brand is built on one simple, bold message. Jesus won because on the cross, Jesus defeated sin. He conquered death. He secured forgiveness. He made a way for eternal life. His victory means that we don't fight for the win. We live from victory and love. Jesus One Apparel exists to start conversations about Jesus through a t-shirt, a hoodie, and a hat. It's more than clothing. It's a declaration of faith. It's a bold step. It's an opportunity to represent Christ wherever you train, compete, work, or live. If you're ready to wear the victory and spark conversations that matter, visit JesusOneApparel.com and use code SportsSpectrum for 20% off your next order. What is up, Zion Rose? Louisville Baseball on the show today. So excited. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Annabelle.
Well, I am so excited to talk about your season this year and what it's been like to go to Louisville. But I'll ask you the question that I ask everyone on the show. It's, what are you all about right now? And it could be something super big, like a life goal that you're working toward, or something small, like a new snack that you really like. So what is Zion all about right now?
Truthfully, right now I'm all about God. I'm trying to put him first in everything in my life, no matter if it's relationships, baseball. I just want him to be number one, and I feel like it just makes the rest of my life very peaceful. So, yeah.
Well, that's a perfect thing to be all about. I think that is great, and it sets the table so well for our conversation today. But I want to talk about Louisville and your experience there and what God has been doing in your life. But bring me back a couple years, because you committed in the 8th grade. Is that correct?
I did. Yeah, they used to get us early. I first D1 offer, but I didn't go because of that. I went because they were amazing catching school. I used to be a catcher before, and just a real nice community. Like, the coaches were really encouraging me. Like, they're on top of me. They're talking to me every day. And then people like Chris, and just the community of Louisville was very inspiring to me. So, I mean, 8th grade, it wasn't that hard to make that decision.
No, and I'm sure everything is so bright and sparkly and all the things too when you get to step on a college campus for the first time. Was there a specific moment while you were maybe visiting or had a moment with a coach or even a former player that you'll always remember when you think back to your recruiting time?
Yeah, at the time I was in high school, my official visit, and I wasn't the best kid before, and my official visit was just myself, and it was Halloween night, and I was with Eddie King, and I was like, yeah, you know what?
They wanted
I
you
think I
real
want to go to
bad if they
college.
brought you. They wanted you real bad if they brought you
I
on
went to
Halloween
college.
weekend.
Yeah, so
That's
that was fun.
hilarious. Oh, I love that. Everyone has those stories, and it is funny to be on the other side of it, right? Like, I even remember
Mhm.
when I was the junior in college, being the one to like host the recruits, and it was
Mhm.
like, you have to get this person here, you know. And I'm like,
No,
man, I
facts.
hope they did that for me, you know.
Facts.
All the things. But just to play at a school like Louisville, it takes a lot of hard work on top of how the Lord has already gifted you
Mhm.
athletically, right? And so I would love to know, what did your training look like growing up, and maybe what do you think allowed you to be separated from others?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think from a young age, luckily for me, I had an older brother that I spent a lot of time with, and whenever I wanted to practice, he played sports himself, not nowhere in college, but high school level, and he was about 11 years older than me, and whenever I needed to practice, he'd take me and my friends out to practice, like whether it was football, basketball, baseball. He had time too, so I was always with him doing it. And I think I have two older brothers, and I think just always going against them and their friends in these sports, mind you, that's a big gap, like 8 years and 11 years. So I was never winning, but I always wanted to beat them. And I think when I just played my age group, I was just a little bit ahead, a little bit more mature. So yeah, that happened, and I committed in 8th grade so early, and I realized, like, how serious the opportunity was, and if I really want to excel at the next level, the work I had to put in. So I did that work, all I had to do throughout high school, and then I got the opportunity to go to IMG, and that just took my game to the next level, just realizing how much better I need to be and how much better other players are. So that encouraged me to, work even harder. And every year it's like there's never no stopping point of work. There's never no point where I'm like satisfied where I'm at. I think I'm always trying to get better and find ways to beat out my competition.
I think that's the most important thing for a young athlete to hear from someone who is so succeeding at the college level and even nationally as well. Because I think there's a misconception of a lot of young athletes that, hey, once I make my varsity team, like I'm good, like I don't need to practice, or once I commit, I'm done. And
Mm,
the most elite athletes will always grow and always look to evolve their game. But you mentioned IMG, and I have a friend who went to IMG, so I have loved hearing all her IMG stories over the years. But a lot of people use that first year of college away from home. And there's a lot of growth. You learned a lot of things, but you
mhm.
experienced that even still in high school. So, what did you maybe learn or take away from your 1 year away from home at IMG?
Yeah, like you said, a lot of people's first year is their freshman year. And I kind of felt like that was just another advantage for me going to IMG my senior year and being able to be in the dorm and, be around new people for the first time. Well, not the first time, but be around new people. And just like their schedule was just about the same, if not more hours of practice there, and getting used to the diets and sleep and things like that and traveling. Um, I think that was a great opportunity for me to be more mature and more ready for, my freshman year of college. It was basically my sophomore year.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I was shell shocked, and I was even going to school close to home, and so I can imagine how that just prepared you for what college would be like. But fast forward to this year, and you mentioned just how you're all about God, and I did see in January you shared that you got baptized. So
Hmm.
congratulations, so cool.
Thank you.
What went into just that moment and that decision?
Yeah, it was a lot of build up, honestly. I never had like a just a coming to Jesus moment. There was never like a time where it just clicked. It's definitely been a progressive building relationship with him. I honestly came into school not believing in anything at all. Luckily, Tammy and Chris have the FCA program here. It's such a big program, and I was going for the Chick-fil-A sandwiches at first and just the vibes, and then
So they work.
uh,
If anybody's
yeah,
wondering, they
they do
work.
work. I can't lie. And eventually, it was just like I got to learn the word a little bit more. I'm very curious, so I was just asking questions. And then our team was doing Bible studies, and I was like, why not? Let me just join in, and just progressively got to build my own understanding of the word, and just wanted to learn more, wanted to learn more. So this was my freshman year, and then I had teammates around me that were really into their faith and genuinely like walking the talk, like they're saying these things and then they're actually doing these things. And I was starting to see like the joy in them and things like that. And this past year, half year, I realized, how short the satisfaction is in certain things, and how temporary they are. And the one thing that made me realize, like, if I want to commit, I'm gonna have to commit. And I felt like that would have helped me like stay committed. And I was like, I gotta get baptized. And honestly, like after I got baptized, I've felt like I'm able to restrict more things, and just through him, I'm able to be better. So that's
Wow.
what led up to that decision.
Wow. Well, thank you
Long
for
winded.
sharing that. I'm like, I have such a big smile because even just thinking about how cool this story has been for you, like to just go for the Chick-fil-A sandwich and then like the power and the
Yeah.
people that the Lord surrounded you with, just like so cool. At that baptism, who all was there and where was that?
Yeah. So we did it at Northeast Church. It's here, a campus here in Louisville, and it was the church. So we got a former player, Colin Lyman, alumni. He leads our Bible study, but he's on staff at FCA. And that's the church he goes to. He's the one that baptized me. He's kind of the one that's been discipling me over the past 3 years. Um, but my family had came down. We played. No, we had our leadoff dinner that weekend, so they were down here. and they all came. My grandma and all of them, my brothers, nephews, and then some of my friends from the baseball team, AJ, Martin, George Baker, TJ, Hiram, just a couple of guys that are close to me, and then some of the golfers because we do Bible study with the golf group. So some of the golfers
Baseball and
came.
golf at Louisville.
Yeah,
That's an
we're lit.
interesting mix.
Yeah, no, it's fire. We just did the Bible study. We do it every Thursday, and we did a Bible study at our field, and we let them hit like in the cages
No
and stuff
way.
like that. And their
Were they
swings are
good?
nice. Yeah, they're so loose. You know,
That's
golf you
so
got to be
interesting.
relaxed.
Did you learn
Yeah.
anything from the golf team after talking to them?
Oh, oh yeah. On golf.
Well, golf
Oh,
or baseball. Like, did they change your mentality or mindset anyway, or how you see swinging?
oh yeah. Well, I just know they're super loose. They got in the cage and didn't do no warm ups, and we're just like backspinning baseballs off the cage. So I was like, yeah, I gotta loosen up because I'm a little bit stiff, but we're getting there.
That's so funny. I love that you can do obviously Bible study with your team, but then also other teams. And I think that was one of the best parts of my college experience was just like doing life with the other athletes because
Yeah.
and doing Bible study with them. And you mentioned just the FCA earlier and Tammy and Chris Morgan. And I know from personal experience, even though I was like, I know that I'm sold out for Jesus. Going to my first athlete Bible study when I knew I was all in, I was so intimidated. So I can't even imagine what that would be like if you're like, yeah, I'm kind of just here for the sandwiches, right? Would you mind just describing maybe the boldness that it took to go to something like that when it can be honestly sometimes an intimidating environment?
No, it definitely can be. And my freshman year, what made it easier was the first one they do every year is it's like kickball at the baseball field. So it's like we're already here.
We're good.
And yeah, a lot of our guys go though. We got a lot of guys that are faith filled, and our coach is very faithful. So he pours into us a lot about it. But it's easier when you go with a group of people that you know. Um, but it definitely took me a minute to like get out my shell and start interacting with other athletes and things like that. But yeah, everybody's cool. Like all you gotta do is talk to them.
That's good. I love it. And it's always more fun when you're not just like your sport, wake up, film, sleep, mobility,
Yeah,
lift, whatever it is, ice bath. Like it's so enriches your college experience so much. But
yeah.
since you have arrived at Louisville, you've really had a major impact on your team on the field, in which
Mhm.
is such an honor, but also a huge responsibility. You helped bring them to the College World Series last year, which is so awesome. And I'm excited to cheer you all on in that
Thank you.
again. But also extremely intense. And so, how have you had to maybe lean on your faith through the high stakes of baseball?
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I actually started or wanted to learn more because I was so caught up in the result world and what I did affected me. If I did good, I was happy. If I did bad, I was, mad off the field, and that affected my relationships with other people. So I had to find something that, you know, always was good for me. Like there was never no ups and downs. Like I was just always here with it. And baseball wasn't that for me. So my identity was caught up in it. And that's what made me want to get my identity in faith. But this year, I feel like has been the first year that I've actually been able to implement that into my sport because before I was, you know, if being in the middle, it's like you're conflicted with certain things, but you're not in enough to, really feel the fruits of what he has to offer us. And I feel like this year is the first year that I've actually committed myself fully. And already I can just feel the peace of everything. Like I have no worries about anything. I have no desires of being the star, no desires of being my results. Like it's just I'm out there having fun because he's allowed me to. I actually just came off an injury and like everybody's like, man, I know you're mad. I know you're like sad. Like you'll as soon as you get back, like the whole time I'm like, I'm just enjoying the moment, like I have peace. I'm not too worried about it. It's God's plan, whatever happens, honestly. And yeah, so I've had a great peace this year with everything going on.
And that makes you even more dangerous as an athlete on the field. And you hit a home run right when you came back to the field. So clearly it's working. And I do love what you said though about like, I don't maybe care to be the best but you are trying to be the best. It's just not what you put your value in, right?
Yeah.
And so I love that distinction that you made, and just how it's allowing you to play more freely and to do that, like you said. It's a different mentality, but that's also hard to do in the middle
Mhm.
of a game when it gets heated after, maybe an error that you make, or just injuries that you walk through, like you mentioned. What's maybe something that you've done daily or weekly or just in your routine of life that helps you remind you, like, hey, my eyes are fixed on Jesus? Because there are so many things that can pull your attention in the wrong direction. And there is somebody out there in this world that is actively trying to get you not to have your eyes on God.
No, seriously, yeah. You're so right. Like you said, when competition gets heated, it's easy to get caught up in, you know, not being Christ-like to the other team. I'm not perfect. I've definitely still gotten caught up in that mindset, but I definitely have I got a very rigorous routine with everything. But I love just to start my days off with the word and be meditating on whatever I learned that morning throughout the day. And then just during the games, not out loud, but just in my head, being like, I love you, God. Like, thank you for this opportunity. Just thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be out here. Thank you for allowing me to be on a D1 team playing. Um, so just in a constant mind of thankfulness to him, just a constant reminder of what he's done for me and what he wants me to do for others. So I think that helps me out a lot.
That's cool because you're being so humble in that moment too, and saying, "Thank you for allowing me to play D1." And you're a USA baseball player too. Like, you're on one of the best teams in the country. And I do think, though, like, bringing yourself and recognizing that, like, it is God who is allowing you to be on that field and to be on two legs, right? Like, in a
Mhm.
healthy way, to be able to play your sport is such a amazing thing to do as an athlete. And I really think it can unlock even better play on the field. But you did go to the College World Series last year, and I'm excited, like I said earlier, to see your team hopefully achieve that again. But when you think back to just that experience, what sticks out to you about getting back there this year?
Yeah, that was one of the top moments of my life so far. It's just the adrenaline, being out there, all the fans. Like it was way better than what they preached it to be, and I think that's honestly the returners' driving factors is to get back there, not only for ourselves but for some of these new guys to experience that moment.
If you were to, like, close your eyes, or you had like one snapshot, because I've never
Yeah.
been to the College World Series, I would love to go at some point, and you were to close your eyes and just picture yourself somewhere, like, what is that moment for you when you were like, man, this is better than you all told me? Like, how cool is
Yeah.
that? Like, you probably dreamed of this your whole life, and for it to be better than your expectations is so awesome.
Yeah. What made it so cool, I think it was so surreal because don't get me wrong, it's hard to get there, but going through it, it just seems so quick. Like, oh, we won the regional, we won the supers, and now we're in Omaha. And I think like what made it even better was we're playing Oregon State at night. It was like 27,000, whatever. And I was in the dugout pacing, like the lights were on, and just like looking out to the crowd. Like that was lit. And yeah, that was the moment I realized like how cool it was.
That's awesome. I don't think there's anything better than playing an under the lights game. Like, so awesome. Just when the weather is perfect, it is
Um,
like a dream. But to get there, it takes a lot of hard work, and even coming up short with your goal as well. It is very hard. What has
yeah.
maybe the Lord opened your eyes to just through that experience, through the highs and having memories and moments that you'll never forget, but also, the heart of it, and having to wait another year to be able to get back?
It's a good question. I'm a very present guy. But it just made me realize, like, even this year, it's not the same team, obviously, especially with the transfer portal and all those things. But just being in the moment with my teammates, having those relationships with them, because it goes by really fast. And how quick we're done that year felt like 2 seconds. And now we're already back in conference play this week for this season. So I already know how quick this one's going to go by. But just building that relationship with my teammates every day because that's what's gonna last. No matter if we win or not. That bond. will last forever.
And you mentioned just the team Bible study and the impact that that has had on your life, even coming in early as a college athlete. What does that faith community look like on the team this year? And maybe how does that just help you in your everyday life, even on or off the baseball field?
Yeah, it's been great. We got a lot of guys that are able to hold each other accountable, not afraid to let each other know when, you're wrong or, give each other compliments when we're right. But I think, especially two of my guys, TJ and George, like, we got a group chat now, and not only ourselves, but with the golfers too. But it's like we
Hey, gotta
send
get them in.
verses.
Hey, you
We
never
got
know.
to.
You need some
Yeah.
extra hitters. They can come in. Who was the best
Try those
golfer?
are done.
Who was the best Louisville golfer at swinging a baseball bat?
Oh, they're gonna be mad. I love my boy Pat. I'll give you top three. I'm gonna
Okay.
go. I'm gonna go Coop, Easton, Pat. They'll know when they
In
see
that
it.
order, in that order.
Ah, you see, I ain't say no order.
It's all good. It's all hey, just know that the
Yeah,
golf team is the
they'll be
backup
top three.
baseball team.
Yeah, they're there for us. But man, we got a great thing going with them. We just uh send a Bible verse a day. And some days, it's not like forced. It's just whenever you want to send a Bible verse, you send it, explain it. So just reading from different perspectives, and then just at the field, like we'll be like, if somebody says something, I'll tell one of them like turn the other cheek. Little verses like that. I don't know. I think it helps us, grow not only with each other but in our relationship with God.
Definitely. That is so cool. And it's also so cool that the Lord can use your sport to teach you life lessons like that. I think that is like the biggest thing. Also, when you zoom out of athletics, is like, okay, what is the Lord using my sport to teach me and to teach me
Mhm.
about life? Because it's not going to last forever. And hopefully it goes as long as it possibly can go, but it doesn't. And it's like, man, sports is such a great controlled environment where like the Lord can teach you really hard things
Mhm.
and allow that to prepare you for the battles that life has to come. But I also saw that you had the opportunity a few times to wear USA across your chest for the national team. What has that experience been like?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Super grateful for everybody over there. Their whole staff is just really supporting of all of our careers and everything that we do. But it's intense just being there. Like, you're fighting for your country. You're trying to win for your country. And they do a great job with us, just teaching the game and just going out there and competing against some of the best players in the nation and just learning from them and how they go about their game. Again, like everybody has different perspectives on things, and just being able to be open minded and learn from them, know how much you can grow from that. So I've definitely been honored to be able to go there the past 2 years and just represent my nation.
So awesome. And we love great players like you representing the US. So keep doing it because
Yes.
we want to win. But I'm interested because I know we've seen a lot of USA hockey in the last couple years
Mhm.
and got a kind of a peek behind the curtain to kind of their traditions and some songs that they sing and all things. What's maybe a staple of USA baseball that maybe not everyone knows?
I don't know if every USA team does it, but our flag, we face it. It's kind of like it looks upside down to me. I think it's
Backward. It
upside
goes
down,
that way. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
backwards. They do it backwards because it's going forward into battle.
Oh,
So
I like
I
that.
don't know if every USA team does that,
I think
but
everyone has the flag the same way, but
gotcha.
I didn't know that was the reason why. I just thought it was like, hey, it's got to be this way. But it's because we're
No.
going forward into battle. Is that what it
Yeah.
was? That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. I like that. Hey,
Yeah.
you're learning something new every
There you go.
day, and it's so cool too for you to be able to learn from even USA experiences and bring them into what you're doing at Louisville, especially leading this team and being one of the captains. And you mentioned just your routine and things that you do to get yourself prepared. And I've heard you talk about just writing things down and journaling and the importance of that in your not only baseball career, but your life. Can you just describe a little bit about what that looks like and the impact that writing things down has on your life?
Yeah, it's helped me tremendously. I first started writing back when I got injured my sophomore year, and it was just something I was doing because I needed to do something. I was out on my sport for about 7 months, and I figured out a whole bunch of things about the mind and how, our sport, especially baseball, is just, it's all mental for real. It's a lot mentally that you can do to help yourself have an advantage in your sport. So I figured out a couple of books to read, journaling, meditation, things that help me give me an advantage over other people. And yeah, journaling has been tremendous for me again. Every morning I write down my goals for the next day. Then I write down anything that's on my mind, anything that a Bible verse I read the night before, anything that I'm trying to remember, I'll write it down the next day. And that kind of just lets me get my thoughts out on paper so I could be present in the moment. Um, and then at the end, I write like I'm the best player in the world, and then today's going to be a great day. So just kind of affirmations that build up over time, and you continue to tell yourself these things, and eventually they happen. Um, and then I have a couple of journals. I have a Bible journal now, just for writing verses and just for what I'm thinking at the time. And then I have a baseball journal for uh, games, at bats, facing people, how I'm feeling in the box, what I'm thinking, and things like that. So it's definitely grown over the years, but I I'm on three now, three journals.
I like, hey, you need a good bookshelf for all those. And I think that is
Seriously.
so awesome. And I want to go back to what you said, because you casually said, "And I'm the best player in the world," but like, boom, like, come on. Like, I love
Yeah.
that. Like, say it with confidence too, because I think a lot of people can, there's a fine line between being like cocky in your sport and being like confident in like who God created you to be, and like the
Mhm.
ability and the dreams that you have for yourself. Because
Mhm.
if you don't believe in yourself and the opportunities that God is opening doors for you, or the doors haven't opened, you're like not trying to knock them down, then you're not going to reach your full potential. And so I think that's
Mhm.
so awesome that you speak that over yourself, because that's something that I think I struggled with in athletics my whole life, was like, okay, how do I like like exude confidence but not be it's all about me. And I think that
Mhm.
in that way, like setting your mind on your goals in your quiet time is such an awesome way to do it, because you already breathe that in before you
Mhm.
take the field, and it's not something that you have to go tell your teammates, "Hey, I'm the best player in the world." You're like, "No, I believe this, that I can be this for myself, and I'm going to go walk it out in all the ways, and in pouring into my Bible study, my team, the golf team, and
Mhm.
in all the ways on campus." I think they all really influence who you are as an athlete, and the teammate that you are. So that's really cool about the journaling. I love that.
I appreciate you.
And with the baseball journaling, what's maybe one, note that you've written to yourself, or reminder, or scouting point that has really elevated your game, where you can even look back and say, "Man, I'm so glad that I like took the intentional time to write that note down, because I actually saw it play out and help me in a game."
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. It's kind of too hard to explain, but to simplify it, a swing is ever evolving. Like we said before, I'm never satisfied. Of course, there's certain things that are staples, but there's certain feels that don't feel right some days and feel right other days. There's certain movements that are good for today against this arm, but not good against another arm. Um, Scouting reports the same. Like there's certain scouting reports that you see, but he comes out this day and he's throwing something totally different. So it's kind of there's no one point that has helped me, certainly, but I think just doing that collectively over time has helped me. All of it, the whole thing is important.
Process, definitely. That's awesome. Well, I'm
Mm.
excited to cheer you on the rest of the season and your whole Louisville team. But thank you so much for just sharing like your heart and your story, because it is so cool. And I'm sure so many college athletes and even young athletes who haven't gotten to college yet are going to take something from this. But last question for me: before your
Yeah.
games, do you wear headphones or no headphones?
Headphones for sure.
And what are you
Every had
listening to?
Uh, it's weird. I'm very everywhere with my music. I like it all. I like country. I like rap. I like gospel. I like everything. I'm trying to get away from rap a little bit more, but right now it's been like Rod Wave. Um, I don't even know the country singers, but I listen to some country. Anything that gives me like more relaxed vibes.
Hey, I couldn't name you like one artist, but I probably know lyrics to every song from just
Yeah.
listening to the speaker in the locker room. So that's good. But Zan, thank you so much for taking the time. We're cheering you on, and all
Yeah.
the things baseball and off the field too. But thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.
I appreciate you, Annabelle. You as well.